do that. Okay, we are live and recording. So welcome to the Outrageous Achievement Training that we have tonight. I'm Caroline French, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide and leader of the Freedom Finders team. And you guys, I am so excited for this. This is a training that has been on my heart and mind for a long time. Last September, I went to a training that Leslie Zan held for a large group of Plexus ambassadors here in the Dallas area. And it was a pivotal moment for me, you guys, personally and in my business. And Leslie Zan, she has a long-standing career and network marketing. But now what she does is training. That's her heart and her passion, and she does it very well. But she is very familiar with our industry. The company that she was with before has very similar products to ours, and she has a passion for Plexus and what we do. So really, really exciting there. So a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about tonight come from her and the things that I have learned from going through her training. But just like how we can go through training and we may absorb a lot and take in a lot, but sometimes it's just a lot, right? And we find ourselves going, okay, this was great. I want to apply this, but there's so much. I just can't seem to put it together. That's how I was last September. And a couple of weekends ago, I had the opportunity to go to Houston and see Leslie again. She did some training for, and again, another large group of Plexus ambassadors down there. And it was the same training that I had from her last September. And a lot of things just really clicked for me. And so this has been on my heart and mind for a long time. And since going again and going through her training last September, 2 weeks ago, I'm like, okay, this is it. It's time for me to kind of package this together and deliver it to you guys. So I'm really, really excited. I'm really passionate about the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. And just so you know, we do lots of training on, products, our comp plan, back office, how to share on social media and Facebook. And those are all just essentials in our business, right? But we're going to go through some stuff tonight that is really, really important that either we haven't talked about at all before or we don't talk about enough. So I'm really, really excited. So what I'm going to do is just kind of bear with me here. Get us set up in speaker mode here so that you can see me. I love seeing everyone on, you guys. This is amazing. And I know we'll catch a few more people probably that are jumping on late. But what I'm going to do is start us off, and I'm going to start you off and tell you a story. And I want to take you on a journey. And this is the story of, I don't know if you're familiar with her or not. I was not before I heard the story, but this is the story about Amy Purdy. And Amy Purdy went through a tragic event back in 1999. At that time, she was 19 years old. She was a competitive snowboarder. She had been snowboarding since she was 14 years old. But at age 19, what happened to her was she contracted bacterial meningitis. And it became deathly for her, and she nearly died. But what happened was she lost both of her legs from that infection. From the knee down on both of her legs, she lost her limbs. And as a very young lady at age 19, that's what was staring her in the face of what's left, what's left. And I get emotional because her story, you guys, is so powerful. So I just I'm going to share that with you here in a few minutes. But as we go into this, what I ask of you as we go through this information tonight, I know it's the right information and it's the right time for it. It's been on my heart. I can't get it off my heart. So I know it's the right time. And so what I ask of you guys and what I challenge you guys is to open your hearts and to receive whatever God has for you tonight and for your business and for you personally. So we're gonna go through this stuff together tonight. We're gonna dream together. We're gonna have vision together, and we're gonna learn together. So in this business, whatever you do, you can't get where you want to be unless you know where you're going, right? And so that's where all this is going to come into play. I firmly believe that we were created to dream, you guys. I believe that God puts hopes and desires and dreams in our hearts, and many times we don't allow ourselves to go there. We don't allow ourselves to dream past next week or next month, let alone the years down the road. But tonight, we're going to begin to do that. Okay, we're going to think outside the box a little bit, and we're going to challenge ourselves tonight and in the days to come. And so what we're going to do is we're going to challenge today's reality with tomorrow's future. And so I'm really, really excited and passionate about this. So I set up the stage there a little bit to share with you about Amy Purdy. And we're going to watch just a couple of minutes of her story. And as she faced this tragic event and the aftermath of that at just age 19, and how she began to rewrite her dreams and her story. And as you watch this, you guys, here's what I want you to do, because in every situation, there's something that we can learn from it. There's lessons. So as you're watching this, I want you to think about, what are the lessons from this? Okay, so give me just a second, and I'm going to cue this up. Hopefully, here in a second. Let me see if it'll cooperate with me. Okay. Well, it may not be wanting to cooperate through Zoom. Okay, well, that's a little disappointing because it is powerful. But what I'm going to do is walk you through. She did a series of interviews with Oprah Winfrey in the aftermath of this tragic event, that she was in the hospital. She nearly died, and she woke up in the hospital, and she didn't have her legs anymore. And going home, she had to get some prosthetic legs. And she, one day sat up on the side of the bed, and she put on her prosthetic legs, and she tried to stand up on them, and she couldn't muster the strength. And at that moment, she realized, I don't have my legs. I'm never going to have my legs. How am I ever going to snowboard again? How am I ever going to do all these things that I want to do? And so that was the life-changing event for her, is that she said, you know what? I don't have my legs. I'm never going to have my legs. I'm never going to get them back. And at that moment, she realized, when she was physically drained, emotionally drained, spiritually drained in every which way from this event, that she told herself, you know what? They don't have the right prosthetic legs for me to even try to snowboard. So I'm going to make my own. And she did. And she gathered up, probably from somewhere deep, deep within herself, and said, I'm going to do it. And what people are going to say of me is not what they're saying right now, that I can't do it, but I'm going to do it. And she went on, you guys, to not only be able to stand up and walk, but she learned to snowboard again. And she became a competitor, and she was in the Olympics, and she went on to win a bronze medal in the Olympics with her prosthetic legs. And it was absolutely, her dreams were fulfilled despite all this happening. But she said what she told Oprah was, and Oprah's like, well, how did you get to this place? How did you decide that you were going to be able to do it? And she said, you know what? I just decided that I was. And I started visualizing myself up on the mountain and going down through the white powder. And she was like, I visualized it so strongly that I could feel it. I could feel the powder blowing up in my face. I could feel the wind and the cold. I could feel the energy from going down that mountain. And she was like, I could feel it. I could see it. And I believed that it would happen. I believed that it would happen. So it was absolutely incredible. And what she said was, I just decided if my life were a book and I was the author, how do I want this story to go? Wow, just think about that for a few minutes. So there's a lot of lessons here that we can take away from Amy's story. If you can see it, feel it, believe it, you can do it. She reached a place that she made a decision. She could stay in bed for the rest of her life, for decades, and feel sorry for herself, but she didn't. She did not stay stuck. She took charge and she kept moving. Her response to the situation was everything. And she started dreaming and dreaming big and visualizing that. So this is huge. I believe for ourselves, that so many times, there's reasons why things don't happen. I believe that we are made to dream. I believe our dreams come from the Lord. I believe we are created to have visions and that we have so much inside of us that He has to bring us through to our full potentials. But I believe we don't have because we don't ask. And I believe that because we don't believe, we don't have it. The Bible says you do not have because you do not ask. Wow, you guys, it gets me choked up. And we don't have because we don't believe it. So I believe we don't ourselves have the vision because opening ourselves up to those possibilities is sometimes really hard. It's sometimes really painful to really express our wants and our needs and our desires. And we're afraid to put it all out there, aren't we? We're afraid that we won't get it, that it won't happen for us, that we won't succeed or that we'll fail. We're afraid of all these things. But without the vision and without the dream, we can't reach it. Okay, so this is part of what we're going to explore together. I want to kind of set that stage for you. And I want you to start thinking about if you're dreaming, if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about your deepest desires and wants in life, in this business. Because I believe that if we don't have them yet, it's because we haven't asked and we haven't believed that those things are possible. So wherever you are, you guys, wherever you are in your journey, whether you are brand new or you have been in Plexus for 2 years, we can start where we are and we can start with having a vision and start to dream again. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let me go ahead and switch this over. Okay. All right. I hope you guys can't hear my dogs barking out there, going nuts. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. So your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start. And that's for every single one of us, you guys. That's for every single one of us. So let's talk about our dreams and let's talk about vision and let's talk about a vision quest. So we've kind of set the stage here and we've talked about reaching our potential, reaching what our dreams are. Are we dreaming big enough? Are we praying big enough? I'm a Christian and I pray. So this is where my thought process comes from. So if you align with that, that's great. But this is going to be where I come from, because I believe that everything comes from God. So that's where dreams come from. That's where strength comes from. That's where vision comes from. So that's the place that I come from, just to let you know that. But what is your vision? Do you have a vision quest? Okay. Are you asking for enough? Are you asking for what you want? So let's go ahead and talk about what a vision quest is. A vision quest is an exercise that we went through this training. And what it is looking out 12 months from now. Okay, 12 months from today, so April 19th of 2017. Where are you on April 19th of 2017? It's thinking about things, and we have 7 different categories to think about things in. And what it is you journaling where you are 12 months from now, looking back like those things have already happened. Sounds a little funny at first. It's like, what do you mean? Because I don't know what's happened in 12 months. Well, it's part of putting yourself out there. It's part of dreaming. It's part of setting, the things that you want 12 months from now and looking back. So there are 7 different categories that we're going to talk about. So the Vision Quest is 12 months in the future, looking back. What do you want to happen? What are your goals, your desires, your needs, your wants? You're going to write it in the present tense, looking back as if it's already happened. Okay, so you're 12 months down the road, and you're going to be writing it like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened. I'm so excited. And you're writing in vivid detail. And this is going to be in 7 life categories. The 7 life categories are going to be physically, they're going to be mental, they're going to be spiritual, family, friends, and relationships, career and money, adventure and recreation, service and contributions. These are going to be your 7 main categories. So as you can see here, it's not just business, you guys. It is about you as a person, and this business is going to be just one big part of that. Okay, so this is really, really key. So through this, so I want to challenge you after tonight to start journaling, start doing your vision quest 12 months from now in each of these categories. We're specifically going to really look at the career and money section tonight. So your physical category, this is going to be your health. What's most important to you about your health? Fitness goals, wellness goals, your health. It could be anything that you have at all. Where do you see yourself 12 months from now? Are you doing a workout program? Are you running? Are you walking? Are you, do you have a personal trainer? Have you reached some weight loss goals? Are you feeling better with symptoms and conditions that you're experiencing? What does that look like for you? In the mental category, this is going to be personal development practice. What do you want out of it? What is your mindset mentally? 12 months from now, spiritually, where do you see yourself spiritually? If you have a relationship with the Lord, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Where are you with that? Where are you with praying on a daily basis? Family, friends, and relationships, that's fairly self-explanatory. It could be anything like, I'm looking for some close friends. And so you're going to start dreaming about, 12 months from now, I see myself with a friendship that I really, really needed in my life. And it has been so much fun, and to have a special girlfriend or whatever that is. But start thinking about those areas. Career and money. This is going to be everything from advancement levels in Plexus to maybe points that you're trying to gain, goals, your income level, the whole 9 yards. Adventure and recreation. That could be anything to do for fun, hobbies, travel, whatever it is. What are those areas that you want developed 12 months from now? And you're going to do a 12-month look back on where you are. Service and contribution. Just like our president says, if you are president of Plexus, Alec Clark, if you're a blessing, be a blessing to others. And that is something that so many have been able to do in Plexus. So what does that look like for you? Because of your Plexus business, or because you are just giving back to a service organization or a church and ministry, or whatever that is for you, what are those goals and those dreams? So let's specifically look at the career and money. Because this is where I want to park it for just a few minutes, you guys. These are the things that I want you to think about. In looking ahead 12 months from now, how has a successful business changed your life, your family's life, your lifestyle? What is your paid as title at that point? What is your monthly income? What skills have you mastered that used to be hard? Because that's going to be part of achieving that, are the things that you learned along the way. So whether you are just getting started, just signed up, and you need to master learning about the products and how to share with people, or you're more at an advanced level, what does that look like for you? How do you impact your team and your customers? And again, we're going to go back to Amy Purdy's story. See it, feel it, believe it. She visualized it so strongly, she could feel that snow and that powder flying up in her face. She could feel the cold and the wind. So as you're doing this, when we get done tonight and in the coming days, as you're doing this, you're going to go down to the nitty-gritty detail, you guys. You're going to describe it in detail. And it's okay. You know what? These are your dreams. These are your goals. You're making it up, and that's okay. So it may feel a little bit funny, but I want you to allow yourself to do that. Okay. So, we talked a little bit about, career and money. If you've been having some challenges with your passion and belief and your mindset, what does that look like 12 months from now? How have you mastered some of those things? How do you feel? What's going on 12 months from now? What do you love to do that you want more of? What is this business and achieving those goals? What freedoms is that going to allow you to do more of? Because you have the freedom of your Plexus business. Who has helped you along the way? What mentors do you have that have helped you along the way? What team members have come along that you're helping to promote? What do you see that you couldn't see before? So these are really, really important things. And so I want to share a little bit. Let me find it. I want to share just a little bit about some that I wrote about. We took some time during this training, and we spent about 10 or 15 minutes, and we journaled on the career and money section. And you guys, I got down into some nitty-gritty detail, and I'm still not done with that section yet. And all that I'm writing about that's happened in these 12 months as I'm looking back, I talk about the team members that I have that have promoted to specific levels, and the celebrations that we've had because of those. I've talked about talked about some goals with the convention credit contest and wanting to be at a certain dinner. And, I'm not kidding you guys. I've gone down in nitty-gritty detail of wanting a certain kind of dress to wear to that, and that it's long and that it swishes around my ankles when I walk, and that I'm wearing really fun strappy dress shoes, and how fun it was to be able to achieve that. You can write it however you want it. So whether that feels silly or not, this isn't for anybody else. This is just for you. You guys, this is for you to dream about and start visualizing those things that you want and desire. And here's what we're going to find that it's going to happen. You can write this. Does it mean that every single thing is going to happen? I don't know. Maybe not. I firmly believe that God puts certain desires in my heart, and as I start to express those, I think He's going to align those with Him. So it may be a completely different story that plays out than what I may dream or envision, but that's okay. I'm laying those out there to work with. So you may find that certain things come to pass. You may find that, I did get that friendship that I was really longing for and that I really wanted. I did rank to title and that promotion and that income level. I did get to sit there at that dinner and just have fun with other teammates and celebrate with them. So, you know, you can write this the way that you want. So here's some other things to think about in this category. How you're feeling. What do you love most about your success? What are you doing that you enjoy and want more of? How are you spending your days? Some of these things that we just talked about. So really, really important. So after you can do this in small segments. You can take category by category and split that up. Put it in a journal. It's up to you what you want to do with that journal. If you want to look over it and read over it daily or weekly or monthly and pray over it, do that. If you want to just pack it away and not look at it for 6 months, then do that. There are no set rules with this. But what you're going to find is that in 6 months, when you revisit this, I think you're going to be amazed at some of the things that happen. Just like when we talk about goals and setting goals and writing those down, it does something in our mind and it does something with us physically as far as taking action. And so I think that you're going to find that as you start journaling and doing this. So the point is to allow yourself to really think and dream, to surrender, to find courage and take action. Those are the things that you want to come from this, to be identifying those deepest desires and wants and needs and to start to take action. This is how it's done. And I want you to ask yourself, why not me? Why not me? Why can't this happen for me? Because it can. I want you to also ask yourself, what would courage have me do? So we have a lot of fears in this business. We have a lot of fears in general in life. It's what keeps us from doing things most of the time. It's what keeps us from dreaming. It's what keeps us from taking action. And so when we identify those things, then we're going to be able to turn those into action and belief. So again, when you start evaluating, when you go back 6 months and you're looking at your vision quest in whatever category or all the categories, you're going to do some self-evaluation. Okay, so you're going to see that any results that you had were going to come from thinking about it, setting goals, and taking action. Okay, but you want to self-evaluate with compassion, because the point of it is not making everything come true. You guys, it's not doing it all by yourself and making things happen, but it is truly about the vision and the journey and asking yourselves questions. And what gets us to try again? If we have some things that didn't happen at all or didn't happen the way that we thought, that's okay. Journal again for the next 12 months. Do it again. But what gets us to try again? You know, I thought it was so interesting, and I've seen this before. You may have seen this before. I think it's called like numerology, but basically it's like every letter in the alphabet is assigned a number. And so as you kind of lay out different words, each letter in that word is going to be assigned a number, and you can add those together. So if you look at the word knowledge and each letter being assigned a number, that adds up to 96. Okay, so just trying again and just moving forward and taking action, 96% of it is knowledge. Hard work is 98% of it, you guys. But when you look at attitude, that's 100% of anything that we can do is our mindset. Are we open? Are we ready to see what's before us? Are we ready to look at things differently? Are we ready to take action? Attitude is going to be 100% of it every single time. And I thought that was so interesting how that worked. So let's move into talking about some skills that we can do. Go ahead and kind of flip forward here. Okay, so let's move in and talk about, so we've talked about our dreams and we talked about our vision. And that is similar to having goals, but it's bigger than that. You've got to have that vision, and you've got to be able to look ahead and dream. okay? And then be able to look back and evaluate and see how that's played out and see how your journey's going and evaluate that. So let's go ahead and talk about some different things and skills. So first of all, we just started, excuse me, the second quarter of the year, April 1st. So we are now in the second quarter of 2016. We've got quite a few things going on. We've got springtime, which is a big time for our business. We have convention credit contest that's going on, which is a huge part of our business. I hope a lot of you are able to go to convention in June. But we have a contest going on right now that allows us to earn different prizes, like get our registration refunded, get a travel voucher, earn a place at a special dinner, lots of different things like that. Okay, so if this is the time where not only is it springtime, not only are we leading up to convention, but we need to have our strategies in place, not only for the rest of April, but also for the rest of the quarter. The second quarter is going to be what sets us up for the summer season, you guys. So everything we do in our business is not only for fruits that we hope to pick and reap today, okay, and this month, you know, for our sales, for our April paycheck, but everything sets us up for the next week, the next month, the next quarter. So it's really important that as you are finishing out April, that you realize everything that you are doing this month is going to set you up for May. It's going to set you up for June, and it's going to position you and propel you into the summer months. So this quarter is April, May, and June. And then we'll enter into summer in the third quarter, okay? So really, really important that we are thinking about what we need to be doing, what our strategies are in the second quarter and propelling us into the summer season. Because what's going to happen if you sit this time out, just ride a wave or whatever, is you're going to find at some point, if you weren't being intentional, that wave's going to come down, which there are natural highs and lows in this business, but you want to be setting yourself up for success in the next season. So the power of pace. Pace is how fast you are going in this business, okay? So let's talk about pace a little bit. Pace allows you to take immediate action. So what do you need to do now, today, this month, okay? Pace is about soaring to the next level, whether that is to silver, whether that is fast starting or soaring to gold. And there are benefits for going faster in this business. And you can go faster no matter what your pace has been to this point. Okay, so we want to look at this for ourselves and our own pace, but also with team members and future team members in mind when we talk about pace. So what are the benefits of pace and going at a fast pace? One, if you're just getting started and you get off to a fast start, you're earning back your investment, that $34.95, and what you paid for your welcome pack of products. Okay, you're gaining confidence because you're getting off to a fast start and you're starting to gain customers or ambassadors or both. It's more fun, you guys. It's more fun and exciting to go faster. This also allows you to lead by example and duplicate this with your team members. It builds a story for you guys. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more here in just a couple of minutes. Every single person has a story. No matter if you just signed up today, you already have a story. It's just where you are in that story. But the benefits of going at a faster pace are building your story more quickly and where you are in your story. So the faster the start, the faster a win, you guys. And that means getting a customer, a team member, getting to silver. And you want to think about that too with your team members, getting them off as fast as possible, setting the bar really high, and then letting them decide how fast they want to go. Okay, but if we serve it up to them and give them every benefit and ability to get them off to a fast start and tell them, I'm going to go as fast as you want to go, and I'm going to give you everything so that you can get off to the fastest start possible, but I'm going to depend on you to tell me if you want to change that pace, and I'm going to match that pace with my efforts. So that is super important because I think so many times Some of us don't get off to as fast a start as we want to. And so then what happens when we sponsor someone, we're starting them slower than we went. And then it goes down from there. So no matter what our pace has been, we can restart our pace at any time, and we can start our team members off at the fastest pace possible. So what are some of the things that stop pace? This is going to be information overload, which a lot of us can tend to do. We can tend to give people every single bit of information that they might ever need in 90 years. And right, on the first day that they're thinking about signing up, or the first day that they sign. And so that can kind of freeze people, is information overload. Next is going to be like texting or just messaging to train people or to talk to people and coach people, instead of using voice memos or getting on the phone or doing Zooms or whatever. So you are going to be able to not only help yourself move faster by getting on the phone, getting on a Zoom, messaging personally, not just in text with your sponsor and uplines, but you're also going to be able to increase the pace of your team members by training them that way as well. What also stops pace is not knowing what your next steps are. So that's maybe not being connected in with your sponsor and upline closely for what you need to be doing, and staying in that constant contact, and not talking to enough people. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. Okay, so the power of pace. And let me see here. Let me check my notes. Make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. Got a lot of notes here. Okay, so pace duplicates itself, you guys. You can start your pace at any point. So, if you've been in for a year and just now started working the business, you can start yourself off at a fast pace. It doesn't matter when you signed up. If you have not reached goals as fast as you want, then you can change your pace now. So what happens if you've been in for a while and you're still working towards silver? Put yourself on a 30-day get to silver. Okay, I'm gonna restart myself, and I'm gonna do a 30-day restart, and I'm gonna get to silver. Pretend that you just signed up today. What do you wish you had done when you signed up? What do you know you need to be doing? You can start yourself off on a restart. Do the vision work around this and around that goal. So you can create that new story and new pace for yourself by doing a restart. And this is also going to be getting to goals. We have a Fast Start Goal program, you guys, that we don't talk about enough, that people can get to gold in their first 30 days. It's been done a lot. So if we're not confident in that, then let's get some other people's stories of those who have done that. Let's do a 30-day restart ourselves so that we can build some experience around that and begin to help our team members. If you're brand new, you can start today, tonight, and get yourself off to a fast pace. So there are unlimited rewards in this business. So if we will get the courage and find the help wherever we need to find it, then we can definitely do it, you guys. But that pace, especially for new team members, the longer the time goes on between when they sign up and when they start taking action, the greater the chances that they're going to fall off. That's true, because they don't have that confidence built up, they don't have their passion increased. So we want to get people started off on the fastest pace possible. And that starts from even before enrollment, getting them on the phone, getting them on the Zoom, going through enrollment with them. Lots of different tools that we can use. Getting with them the day that they enroll or the day after, and talking about goals, telling them what's possible, telling them we can get them off to a fast start, telling them what the benefits of a fast start are, and then telling them the things that they can be doing to do that fast start. So it's super important that we do that, and we can increase our pace at any time. So this is really important. So I think a lot of times we think, you know what, I've been talking to people and nobody's buying or nobody's signing up, and we're like, gosh, I don't know if I have anybody else, or I just keep going back to these same people. And so what What we find and what I have found, that I was convinced I was talking to enough people until I actually started talking to enough people. Those are the action steps that it takes to increase our pace. The next segment of that is understanding our reasons why. If you've been with us for a while, you know that we talk about our why all of the time. This is paramount, along with having your vision and your dreams, is you've got to know your why. You've got to know why you're doing it. Your clarity around your why and how strong your why is, no matter what it is, because there's no wrong or right why. It's yours. But that becomes your foundation. It's going to drive your discipline, and it's going to drive your commitment. And so many times, I think people haven't reached deep enough to find their why. And so and connect with it. And that's why they're not pushing themselves forward and going after it. When I joined, I had a very far off dream to be able to leave my full-time job that I really needed to leave. And I launched my business right away within the first week that I joined. And diving into the information, I realized the opportunity that we have here with our products and our opportunity. That deepened my why. That took my far off dream into my reason why for doing this completely, and it propelled me forward. It allowed me to put my blinders on to where that was what I was focused on every single day, and the things that I needed to do in my business that I knew were going to pay off and get me to my why. The same is true for Rosalind Payne, our Diamond Gold ambassador, who's 2 above me. Celeste Gwynn tried to get her in on this business, you guys, from the very beginning. And she's like, oh, no. This is not for me. You know, I don't have time for this. I don't really want to sell anything. You know, I don't really know if I can even take the products. And then after she got comfortable with the products and really researched those, and then what she found was her son needed a therapy that they couldn't pay for. And that became her reason why. And she picked up the phone and she called Celeste and she said, I'm doing this for Colton. This is my reason. I'm all in. So when you find that why, it's going to give you the discipline. It's going to give you the commitment. And you want to revisit this and refresh it often, because it's got to stay like right here, right at the forefront, and never underestimate the power of a clear why. I never in a million years thought that I could excel as fast as I did in this business, even with the amazing opportunity, even with amazing products, just knowing my past, things that I had tried before and so forth. But when I zeroed in on my why, I was out of my comfort zone. I was doing things beyond what I thought that I could do. I was excelling and talking to people about the products in there and the company, and it couldn't stop me because I was going to achieve that why that I so desperately needed, you guys. So this is also going to be the crux of your story. And as I mentioned a second ago, you guys, every single person has a story. It's just where you are in the story so far. So you have a product story. Okay, that's going to build over time. So if you don't have those personal results yet, that's going to happen for you. Okay, and never discount any experience or benefit that you have with our products along the way, even if it's not your end goal. Okay, because we are all still a work in progress. All right, but you have a product story. You have a business story, even if you signed up today. How is your business going to make a difference in your life? Okay, so let's just talk about your business story. Your business story is, you want to look at some questions of, what is it that I do right now? What do I love about it? What do I not like about it, about what I do? And what is Plexus helping me with that? Okay, so an example of that could be, let's just say somebody's a teacher, okay? Oh my goodness, I'm a teacher. I teach 4th grade. I absolutely love it. I love working with kids. I love that I'm doing something for the future, of all mankind by teaching. Absolutely love it. But what I don't hate is that I'm pulled away from my own children and I don't get to be home with my children. So Plexus is going to allow me the ability to stay home and teach my own children and spend my quality time with them. Okay, you see how that can work, and it can work with anything. It could be that you're retired. Okay, maybe you stay home. So, oh my goodness, I absolutely love that I'm retired. I love that I have freedom in my days. I love that I can go and get together with friends and reconnect, and can go on trips or whatever it is. What I don't love about it is that, gosh, we're on a stricter budget because we're on retirement, and that gets harder and harder with each year that we're in retirement. And Plexus is going to allow us to live our retirement years more comfortably. Okay, so you can build your own story. You're going to do the same thing with the products. What was it before that you were struggling with, or a health goal that you had? What are you looking forward to with Plexus? What are you experiencing with Plexus? The company, what are the compelling reasons for somebody to take a look at our business? Okay, that's going to be that is very low startup cost. That's going to be that we have products that are for everybody, not just one specific group of people, not for just one gender of people. Okay, our products are life-changing and they're for everybody. It's online based, so it really takes out a lot of extra paperwork and delivering and hosting parties. It's also that, oh my gosh, the compensation plan is unmatched, and people are making more with this company than they have in any other opportunity. So there's lots of different things. Just jot down 3 that stand out for you, and those would be 3 things that you could share with somebody about our company. That's going to be your company story, okay? So you have a story, so you want to take time and make sure that you jot that down. It's going to be short because you want it to be short that you can easily share with somebody within a minute or 2. Somebody that you could share it on social media, but you could also share it in person with somebody that you're talking to. So it needs to be succinct and to the point. And you're thinking about what you do right now and what you don't like about it. That needs to tie in with what Plexus is going to help you with and make a difference with for your life and for your family. Okay, so let's talk about our contact list. You guys, we need to have a contact list. We have got to capture names on paper of people that are on our mind, who we want to share with, and who we are going to begin contacting at some point. Okay, there's lots of different methods you can use to kind of help you trigger that memory of people that you know, either in your close circle, kind of the next circle out, or in your extended circle. We use the Frank's method, which is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids connections, and service organizations or churches. Okay, that's a great way to start going through and figuring out and writing down those names. The bigger the list, the faster you will go. Okay, we want to challenge you to at least get initially 100 names. 200 is better. And you want to keep adding to that list. Don't prejudge people. Don't make assumptions. Most of the time, even those close to us, we don't know what their deepest desires are. We don't know what their deepest health goals are. Many times we don't even know what somebody's struggling with. Many times we don't know if somebody is looking for a financial opportunity or has a special need that comes up that they need help with, or is doing really well financially but loves an opportunity and would love to be able to enrich people's lives. We don't know. We don't know. So never make assumptions. When you make a contact list, you guys, and because of our business, it is virtually unlimited. People can be anywhere as long as they're in the countries where we sell products. Okay, so that's all of the United States, that's Canada, Australia, and New Zealand right now, or any military base pretty much worldwide right now as well. So we're unlimited in who we can reach. We are not bound by city, state, region at all. So some people are going to take an interest in our products, and they're going to become a customer, you guys. We're going to work with them as being a customer. And some people are going to take an interest in our opportunity and our products, and we're going to have them be an ambassador. So a good rule of thumb when you're talking to people is lead with the business. Lead with the business opportunity. Connect with them on level. They say, oh my goodness, well, I don't know if I'm interested in that. Okay, great. These products are amazing and they will change your life. So you go from the business to the products. And if they're like, oh, I'm just really happy with what I'm doing. I don't know that I'm interested right now. Oh, you know what? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I would love to have you as a referral source. If you can connect me with anybody that you can think of that needs our products, that help with blood sugar issues, digestive issues, rattle off some different things that our products have helped with, because it triggers people and everybody knows somebody that our products can help with. Okay. Everybody knows somebody that could use a business opportunity. So put that in their mind and they're going to start thinking of people. They're either going to refer them to you or they're going to realize what we're really about and they're eventually going to become a customer or an ambassador on your team. So lead people through that process of business, products, and then a referral. So you have somewhere to go through the process. Okay, so here's some great referral language that you can use when you're talking to people. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you are interested or not, but I'm hoping you can lead me to just the right people. I'm looking for referrals. You can put that in on the end of a reach out message. You can say that on your calling somebody or contacting them or voice memoing them and use that referral language. And that is such an easy thing to do. It really takes the pressure off people to allow them to look at what you want to talk about, because they're seeing it from, oh, well, she's just really, even I'm not interested, that's okay. I can tell her no, but she's just looking to connect and expand. And so I can help her with that. So that is really, really good. I love using that referral language to take the heat off of somebody so that they will take a closer look and take that pressure off. And then if they're not interested, I'm going to lead them through that opportunity to the products, and then just having them be on the lookout for me and connect me with people that I can help. Okay, so we're talking and we're going through this really, really fast. We have so much to share tonight, but we're talking about pace, you guys, and we're talking about you can increase your pace at any time. And you are doing this by doing a restart if you need to. You're doing this by making sure you've got a contact list and that you're contacting people about the opportunity, and then going to the products, and then going as a referral source. But let's talk about three-way calls. And this is something that we are going to be doing even more training on as we go forward this quarter, you guys. This is something that I'm going to tell you I was really resistant about. When I was talking about three-way calls and learning about those in the very beginning, and when I was first became a Plexus ambassador, I was like, I am not doing a three-way call. That's network marketing. I didn't want to do traditional network marketing. But you know what? I have gotten over this stigma that I had placed on it and realized how beneficial three-way calls are and what they can do. And I'm doing them myself now. So what a three-way call does is it leverages the experience of your sponsor or somebody else. It adds credibility to what you're saying. It helps train you as well. Hearing somebody else talk about the products or the opportunity, you're going to learn from that. So it's training yourself and learning what to say yourself when you are utilizing an upline or another strong sideline ambassador to help you in talking with a friend or a family member or a prospect who's interested in our products or opportunity. Okay, it also respects our prospect's time, because instead of going back and forth for like weeks on questions and answers and information, we can get people on the phone, and in 15 minutes, we can really get a lot of information in their hands and answer a lot of questions and see what their interest is. They are very non-confrontational. They are very easygoing. We call them three-way calls. We don't call them three-way calls with a prospect. It's, hey, I'm going to get my friend Caroline on because her story is kind of like yours, and I want you to hear how the products have helped her. Or I really want you to hear how my friend Caroline was working a corporate job and started this on the side and was able to retire from that. So leveraging it that way is really, really important. There's different types of three-way calls. We can use them with our prospects. First of all, let me say this is not about your ability to close the deal. I think sometimes we're like, oh, I don't want somebody to think that I'm bringing somebody in to like drop the hammer on them. It's not about our ability to close somebody. It's not about our confidence level. It's about using a third party and helping that person gain a better understanding of what we have. Okay, so different types of three-way calls. You can use these in training new ambassadors. So you enroll a brand new level 1 ambassador, get them on the phone with a really strong sideline or your upline, and just let your upline or your sideline introduce themselves and just share a couple of minutes about what their journey is and maybe help answer some questions. You're going to learn a lot through that process, especially if you're newer. And you're also, then your person is getting trained at the same time, and they're immediately connecting with another person on our team. So they're already building rapport and getting community. So it does a lot of great things and doing that new enrollment, new ambassador training call. This is going to help move your ambassador move through the process. So if that's working through a goal, getting to a next level, that's really good to pull in a third person, okay? 3 heads are always better than 2, and 2 heads are always better than 1. So this is also really good at closing your qualified prospects. So you have somebody that you've been talking to about the products or whatever. Oh my goodness, hang on a second. I'm going to get Caroline on the phone because I want her to share a couple things with you. Really, really great tool. That really is to their benefit to hear more. Instead of just hearing something from you, it allows you to leverage more knowledge and experience and credibility from another person. So we're all helping each other at that point. And then they've already met a new person, connected with another person on the team. So when they sign up as an ambassador, they're already connected, you guys. And then you're going to have another quick call after they enroll to talk about, what their goals are and things like that. And you have a third party on there. So it is fabulous. And then what are they going to do when they sign up a new person? They're going to do three-way calls. So it branches out from there. So this is not something that we have done as a team, as a whole, but I've been branching out in this. I know some of the other team members are, and we're going to be doing this more. And I think what we are going to see, in fact, I know what we're going to see, is the time that it takes from someone being interested to the time of making a decision. That window of time is going to shorten. Okay, so you're going to be moving people along faster, and you're going to be increasing your pace. Okay, and then those new people that are signing up as new team members, they're going to be getting off on a faster pace as well. So you can see it's going to be a domino effect. Really, really awesome. These are totally duplicatable. Use them prospecting prior to enrollment. Use them on an enrollment appointment instead of just telling somebody how to sign up. Get on the phone with them, put them on a Zoom, sign up with them. And then right after they do that, then you can show them how to log in, show them how to order, show them how to customize their backup order, and talk about, again, what they want out of this and setting those first initial goals, no matter what level of ambassador they want to be. So really, really awesome at being able to connect with people faster and better. So let's talk about finessing your funnel. We've talked about this contact list, you guys. The larger it is, the longer it is, the faster you can go. That's only going to be if you're putting people in your funnel. Okay, a list is all great. I mean, especially if you took the time to really handwrite it really neatly in your best cursive and it's really pretty and you laminated it. That list is great, but it's not going to do you any good if you are not starting to reach out to people, which is what you want to do. If you just want to sit back and wait for people to come to you, your pace is going to go a lot slower. You may have people that contact you that see your post on Facebook. That's awesome. Connect with them. Use some of these tools. But so many people, you guys, do not reach out despite being interested. Or maybe they haven't paid enough attention to your post yet, and you reaching out to them kind of brings that up in their mind, and they're going to start paying attention, and they're going to start to see if their interest is going to grow. So really, really important. So 2 main goals with your funnel. Funnel is once you have contact with somebody, they're in your funnel. Okay? They've moved from a contact out there in Facebook land, a contact from your list, to being in your funnel. Okay, so you want to keep your funnel full with as many prospects as possible. And again, this is going to be helping you to shorten and condense that time period from your first contact to when they make an ultimate decision. Okay? It's really important. We easily get hung up on, oh my gosh, Sally Sue, she says she's ready to sign up, and I am so excited. And Sally Sue says she's going to sign up that night, and midnight comes around. I stayed up waiting to see that she signed up, and she didn't sign up. The next day goes on. Sally Sue still hasn't signed up, and I am sitting, oh my goodness, I'm sitting on the edge of my couch the next day just waiting for Sally Sue to sign up. And Sally Sue, you know, I don't know that she had something pop up and couldn't get to her computer and do it or whatever. And we stop what we're doing to wait for Sally Sue to sign up. So that's what stops our pace. That's what halts everything that's in our funnel. So we want to keep on. We're still going to be touching base with Sally Sue. We're still going to be so excited when she signs up and when she's ready. But we're going to go on, and we're going to go and talk to all these other people that I know I might be able to help today, this week. So we want to keep that funnel full, you guys. Don't match your pace to the pace of those people that you're waiting on to make a decision. You keep going at your speed, and they're going to come along when they're ready. Okay, you just keep following up and taking and using these different approaches to get them the information that they need to make that decision. Let's talk about personal development. This is so important, you guys. This is 95 to 98% of our business is personal development. If you've been doing this for a while already, you're going to go, oh my goodness, I have learned so much. I have learned how to do things that I thought that I wouldn't do before. I am learning new skills. You're growing. So you want to be working harder on yourself than your job or your business. Okay, as you grow personally with the skills that you need and working on your passion and belief and your mindset, your business is going to grow. You're going to be taking those actions alongside of that. Commit to a daily practice, you guys. Is that a training video? Is that getting over some obstacles that you have in your mind, some fears? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But for things to change, we have to change. For things to change, we have to change. And change is scary, but most of the time it's for the better. And we're going to be better because of it. So we have to learn to open ourselves up and learn a new way to think sometimes. I can tell you that even with my approach to three-way calls, you guys, and my being really adamant of no, I'm not doing those, I've learned a new way to think. Okay, I've had to grow through that aspect and realize it's not about me and my fear. It's about helping that person be able to connect and get the information that they need to lead them through the decision-making process. So that is really, really important. So let's think about what things can you be doing to take action. Okay, here's a kind of just a short laundry list of things that you can be doing. This doesn't mean that you're going to be doing every single one of these, but I want you to look at these things and be thinking of them. What can I be doing in the next 90 days that I am not doing right now or not doing enough of that is going to get me where I want to be in 90 days and increase my pace? So that could be the number of people I'm talking to. Okay, that could be the number of three-way calls that I'm doing or starting to do those. That could be the number of people I'm sponsoring, which is going to occur when I talk to more people and I share more. The number of people in my funnel, so increasing that, because when we have more people that we're talking to, that we're leading through that process, the more that are the more yeses we're going to have, you guys. That's just the law of the numbers. The number of events we're doing, whether that's an online event, an in-person event, going and attending an event, the number of times that I get myself out of my comfort zone and do something that's a little bit scary, but I know that I need to do. The number of team members that I help get to the silver level. Talking about fast start, doing my own fast start or restart for the next 30 days, helping people promote on my team, personal development. So think about these things, and I want you to think about your 90-day plan, okay? You can start fresh right now, and you can take this through the end of, it'll take you through the end of this quarter. But what is your 90-day plan can be? That needs to be centered around one goal, okay? That needs to be thinking about what are the things that I'm going to do to reach that goal in 90 days. What action items here am I going to be doing and taking? It could be some of these. It could be incorporating a little bit more of some of these things that you're already doing. But what are those things going to be, okay? I'm going to give you kind of a second here to really look at those and start writing that down. So your 90-day plan, you're going to come up with a 90-day plan that's going to be centered around a goal. That's either going to be, depending upon where you are, getting close to the next rank. Then it's either going to be adding a certain number of team members, certain number of points, getting to that next level, totally doable. So whatever that is, you're going to find that goal and go, what action items am I going to take consistently each week to get me to that 90-day goal? So what do I want to see, do, and track for 90 days? And you want to track the positives. Don't track the number of people that you haven't contacted. Don't track the number of no's. You want to track the yeses, and you want to track how many three-way calls am I doing? How many people am I reaching out to? How many people that are on my contact list have I reached out to? How many names have I added to my contact list that I can start incorporating into my funnel? How many events am I either leading, helping to lead, or attending? Okay? What am I doing each day for my own personal development? And am I increasing my pace? Am I raising that bar up and restarting myself either with a fast start 30 days or my goodness, maybe even doing a fast start silver and going silver again in 7 days or getting to silver in 7 days. So you can do that, you guys. You can totally do that. So let's move into our final segment here, and let's talk about our mindset, okay? So we've talked about our vision and our dreams, and I really want you to start working on those. Start with whatever category you want to start journaling in. I've started with the career and business one, so you can start there. Maybe that's going to match up some of what your 90-day goals are as you do that look back, and start moving into those other categories as well. But you can have your vision and goals, and you can master the skills. You can do the things that you need to do to increase your pace. You can be reaching out and contacting people. You can be doing three-way calls with your sponsors and other strong sidelines. You can be doing all these things, you guys. But if your mindset is not the way it needs to be, then you're gonna be stuck, okay? You're gonna be stuck. And so this is where this outrageous achievement comes from. And I'm gonna try to play the video. I'm gonna see if it'll play. So, but what I wanna do, and maybe you're familiar with this lady as well, Diana Nyad. This is a lady who several years ago, at the age of 64, swam from Cuba to Key West. It was 110 miles. She had 53 hours at sea. She did it without a shark cage, which had not been done before successfully. And this was a 36-year-long goal. She had tried it back in the late 70s, And then a couple years prior to when she achieved it this time, she had failed 3 times. And this was her lifelong goal, was to swim these 3 hours at sea, 110 miles from Cuba to Key West, Florida, successfully. Absolutely phenomenal. Let me see if I can play the little clip here, you guys. And if I do get it to play, then I want you to think about the lessons from what we can learn from Diana. Okay, so bear with me just a second. Let me see if it'll play. I don't know if Zoom was preventing me from playing that other one before, but I hope this. If not, I will post the links so that you guys can experience these because they're powerful. So let's just see. Let me see. Can anybody give me a thumbs up? Can you hear it? Can you guys hear that?
No, we can't hear it.
Can you hear it? No? Okay.
No.
No.
All right. I will post the link for that later. But basically, the video captures her swimming up onto shore. And there's a crowd of people that are on the beach that are and they aren't athletes. This wasn't an athletic event, just people that heard about what she was doing and were absolutely amazed that she was doing it. And then lo and behold, she swims right up onto the beach and she comes out of the water and she's having trouble standing up and taking a step because she's been swimming for 53 hours. And she had to wear a special suit while she was swimming to protect her from the salt water and to protect her from jellyfish. And she had boats that swam alongside her that would feed her soft foods and stuff throughout this whole process, you guys. But she came up out of the water and you can see her skin from the salt water, and she was so swollen and her tongue had swelled so much that they didn't actually know if she was going to be able to make it or if it was going to start cutting off her airway. But she comes up out of the water and she walks up to the shore and everybody's cheering for her. And she says, never, ever give up. Never, ever give up on your dream because you can do it. And she had the most amazing interview the next morning when a reporter who was a friend of hers from the station in New York interviewed her. She had some amazing things to say. And some of the lessons, let's just kind of flip back over here because I've got some of these outlined from what she said. Good to know that those videos don't play well through Zoom, so I'll have to figure that out. But Diana Nyad, what were the lessons? Never, ever give up. You're never too old to reach a dream. She said during her interview something that she noticed, like the reporter asked her, well, what was different this time than when you tried it back in the late 70s and you were so much younger then? And she said, you know what? I was faster before, but I was stronger at this age. She said the mental aspect was everything. The mental endurance she had just at being at that life stage that she was at now versus decades before, there was no comparison. And this, because she had learned to overcome so much already, that's what gave her the endurance to continue on. So that mental aspect was everything in her being able to succeed and reach that goal. She said, you're never too old to chase your dreams. And you can find a way. You can find the people to help you. You can find the people to support you. And whether or not you find those people, you can do that. But she kept her vision. this lifelong goal, you guys, for like, 36 years she had this goal of reaching, and she kept that. And probably it's like, oh my goodness, why would anybody in the world want to do that? But she did. She did, and she achieved it. And you know what? And even though she had those disappointments along the way, and she had some attempts a couple years before that she had to stop swimming, and she had to just give up on that swim at that particular time. She said, you know what? It was so hard to have to walk away from it that time, that it didn't happen then. But I kept my vision, and I just decided that I was going to enjoy the journey. So she decided to have a whatever it takes attitude, that at some point she was going to do it, and she was going to keep pushing through in those tough moments and be unstoppable. And so I guess what I gathered from that, what I saw in her, was that she found a mantra that was hers, that was for her dream and her goal. She found a mantra. Okay. And that's what led her to success. That's what gave her the mindset that she needed. That's what gave her the courage. That's what gave her the discipline and the commitment to seeing such a goal through, was pushing through and having that unstoppable mindset, you guys. And this is what outrageous courage is about, is deciding to see things differently, being willing to see things differently, being able to adjust along the way if things aren't going according to plan, but knowing that, gosh, we can take action and we can change that. And ask yourself these questions. Am I settling? So when you're looking at your dreams and your goals and what you want out of this business, are you settling? Do I lack courage? It takes courage to share. It takes courage to go after big goals and to reach your why. You may have a why that you are afraid to tell a single soul about, and that's okay. I encourage you to get up enough courage to share that with someone that you trust that will support you in that. But do you have the courage to go after that goal? And what's holding you back? Ask yourself, what's holding me back from reaching this? I have the vision. I have my why. I'm learning skills. What's holding me back? And what do you really want? Okay, so having the courage, having outrageous courage, is stepping out. Ask yourself, if I knew I could not fail, what would I attempt to do? So if you knew you could not fail, what would you attempt to do? What is one goal that you want? And think about this in that 90-day plan. What is one goal that you want? And attach a timeline to it. And then break it down to that 90-day plan. You may be able to achieve that goal in 90 days, or maybe that's a bigger goal than 90 days. So break it down. What can you achieve as part of that in 90 days? And then go out to 6 months. And then by the end of the year, this is the perfect time to do that. Okay, but if you knew that you could not fail, what would you attempt to do? I want you to lean into the courage. It takes courage to step out. It takes courage to launch our business. It takes courage to learn new skills and to apply them. It takes courage to stretch ourselves more than we've ever done before. And it takes leaning into courage and sharing it. So finding that person that you can share it with, whether that's your sponsor or upline, another teammate, somebody that will support you with that. Share your goal and your timeline. Okay, it does something really special when you share that. It's very scary if you're really stretching yourself with that one thing that if you could not fail, that you would attempt to do. What would that be? And then take charge of your mind. Our mind is what holds us back because, my goodness, we lack belief, we lack faith, we lack courage. But we can have all those things. We can have the vision. You can know how to do things, but if your mind's not right, you're going to be stuck. So being aware, what is that thing that's holding you back? And get the courage and make the decision that you're going to walk through that wall and let it go. Okay, so will you have that courage to do that? So identify it, face it, and walk through it. feel the fear and do it anyway. There's something about your heart racing when you're doing something outside of your comfort zone and doing it anyway and going, oh my gosh, I didn't die. I didn't die. And then you do it again and it's less painful because we get better and better and we get more courageous. The perception of what's possible is on the other side of fear. Think about that. The perception of what's possible is on the other side of fear. So we have to break through that fear to get to what's possible. And anything is possible if we will face our fears and stretch ourselves and grow. And it's always a choice to step from fear to flight. So to get to where we're taking off and flying, we have to step from that platform of fear so that we can take flight. So taking action and having outrageous courage, you guys, which is going to lead to outrageous achievement, is surrendering to the system. It's learning. It's having your vision, having your dreams, breaking those down into goals, having that faith and passion and building that, committing to personal development, but learning the skills and working that in the system and being coachable, being willing to face our fears, never quitting. And if we don't quit, you guys, anything can happen. If we don't quit and we continue to take action, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So kind of like the lotto, you've got to play to win or you've got to be present to win. It's the same thing. To get on the other side of our fears, to where achievement is and to where goals are met, is we've got to play to win. And so what is going to happen if you take courage and decide to identify some fears that you have and walk through and bust out those walls? What's going to happen? Well, you can achieve your goals and dreams. And what happens if you choose to not do that? If you reach the wall and go, you know what? It's too hard. I'm too afraid. I don't know how to do it. You might be missing something absolutely incredible, an incredible blessing that's on the other side of that wall. So don't miss it, you guys. This is a journey to be on, to stretch yourself and to grow and to, fulfill your purpose that you never knew that you had, your God-given purpose that He's put inside of all of us. And along the way, be thankful. If you're having a tough time, make a list of everything that you're thankful for. And man, your perception and your attitude's really going to change. And as we talked about, attitude is 100% of everything. So find your mantra. I challenge you, as Diana Nyad had her mantra. What's your mantra? Think about that as you're writing down your goals. What is your mantra for right now? What is your mantra for the next 90 days as you set your 90-day plan? My goodness, is it a quote that is something that really identifies with what your mantra is going to be? Is it a song? I have found a song for mine and I listen to it every single day, you guys. And it brings me back to keeping my goals and my dreams in the forefront of my mind. It encourages me, it supports me, and it just reminds me of what I'm doing. So whatever that is for you, but find something that connects for you that's really important, that you can listen to, read, say every single day, and just remind yourself of what your mantra is going to be. So I want to have a special incentive for you guys. And I know this was a long training. Appreciate you guys hanging in. But for those of you that have, I want to do a special incentive, as I told you. So there's 3 things that I want you to do. And I'm going to draw names and pick somebody to win. But I'm going to leave this up. I have some training material from Leslie Zan. She's fabulous at teaching skills. And I have personally learned so much on how to do things and what to say and how to approach things from her. She has a Choose to Be a Champion training. It's a CD training course along with a really thin book. Really easy to navigate through this. All of her stuff is very easy to listen to and very easy to read. But this is Choose to Be a Champion, conquering the top 10 fears that slow the growth of your direct selling business. It's awesome. And then I have another CD set that is Leslie's Outrageous Achievements. And this is really, really good. And you're going to hear even more. Some of the stuff that we talked about tonight, but specifically on the skill building, the skill sets, some of those things that we really breeze through really quickly, but we'll continue to do training on. She really goes through those. And again, very easy to listen to. So if you will write out your 90-day plan, what's your 90-day goal? What's your vision around that goal? What action items in detail are you do you need to do and are you going to do to reach that 90-day goal? But have a 90-day plan and write that out. However, most, it doesn't have to be like super long, but whatever details that out best for you. And then number 2 is what is holding you back? What is holding you back right now at this very moment? Every single one of us has something. And it's a fear. Every single one of us has something. So what is it right now that's holding you back? And what can you do to get through that wall? What is your mantra going to be? Okay. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is just send it to me in a private message by tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And I'll draw 2 names. And those 2 people will get either this one or this one. And so these are excellent. I've gone through both of these. So really, really good. So thank you guys for hanging in tonight. I hope that you found some things in here valuable, like they were for me, that are going to get you to the next level, that are going to let you have a breakthrough in your business and personally, because it's not just about getting to the next rank. It's not just about getting to the next level, but it's about how you're going to grow. And let me tell you, you are going to grow and you're going to look back and you're going to go, oh my gosh, they were so right. They were so right that I was going to grow so much. And I didn't see it along the way, but now that I look back, I see it. And that's going to be you guys. So anyway, let me go ahead and just throw up a couple last things here. That courage doesn't mean that you don't get afraid. It just means that you don't let the fear stop you. And I absolutely love that. And I want you to think about not letting fear stop you from living the life you're meant to live and the life you were called to live. And this is one of my favorite verses. Therefore, since we're surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race that God has set before us. And that is my prayer for every single one of you, that you will run this race with endurance and that you will grow and you will dream and you will achieve outrageous things, you guys. So thank you so much for being on this tonight. Message me by tomorrow night with those 2 things, and I'll get you in the drawing for these awesome materials that will be really, really helpful for you and for your business. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the share then, and just thank you so very much, you guys, and I hope you have an absolute fabulous night. Go Freedom Finders and go Plexus, you guys. All right, have a good one. Good night. Yeah.
Oh no. Let's throw all this stuff in the trash, please.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline.
Yes.
Hey, this is Chantel Young, and I was on earlier, and then I had to head out to baseball, and I lost service, and I just got back on. What was the 2 things you wanted me to message?
Okay, hang on one second. Who's this?
This is Chantel Young.
Hello, Chantel. I was like,
hi.
Hey, the 2 things you're going to message are, the first thing is your 90-day plan.
Okay.
What's your 90-day goal? And what action items are you going to take to reach that in detail? And then the second thing is
Still
what
recording.
is holding you back right now. So identify one fear or one thing in your mindset that's holding you back right now, and what can you do to get past that, to get through the wall, and what's your mantra going to be?
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm like, I just got logged back on and like, oh my gosh, like
I
from
totally
baseball to home, I couldn't get back on.
Totally understand. Thanks so much for being on.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was a great meeting.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. All
right,
right,
bye-bye.
good night, you guys. I'm getting my tunes back on.
With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm